Keep watching Some TV.
Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to...
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Africa, a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Some TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Some TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Some TV, cause of the nation.
I fit fund my wallet sharp, send money go any bank, do all my transactions inside.
We launched Supergo yesterday in Yola. Now available in Taraba and Adamawa, and we're covering 36 states before 2026. Download Supergo today, Nigeria's first lifestyle app.
Supergo, move, buy, pay, live. watching Some TV.
Good morning and welcome to Some TV Morning Show. I am Abraham Maina Joda. This Tuesday, we'll bring to you stories that matters, the voices that count, and the issues shaping your day. Stay with us. Today, I'm going to talk about budget responsibility. Budget responsibility is about using public funds wisely, transparently, and in the best interest of the people. Every naira spent should reflect accountability, discipline, and a clear focus on national development. And when leaders manage resources responsibly, trust grows and progress follows. As Barack Obama said, focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a certain poverty of ambition. So you need to widen your focus, your ambition in life. When you focus on just making the next buck, the next naira, the next dollar, then you have poverty of ambition. If your ambition is not to make the move to change the world around you. And with me this morning to make a move to change the world around us is the Director of News and Public Affairs on Some TV, Mr. Era Danekukwe. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham. Good morning, Nigeria.
Yeah, good morning. You're welcome to this Some TV morning show. Yes, well, let me go straight to the weather reports. Okay, good morning. This is the Some TV weather report for today. In Jalingo, Taraba State, cloudy skies are expected today with a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. In Aba, Abia State, it's 24 degrees Celsius with mild cloud cover. Lagos residents can expect warm and humid conditions as temperatures stand at 25 degrees Celsius. Looking across major Nigerian cities, Abeokuta and Aba record 24 degrees, while Alimosho and Amuwo at 25 degrees Celsius. Benin City and Enugu are experiencing cooler conditions at 23 degrees, while Calabar is at 24 degrees. Ibadan stand at 23 degrees, Ilorin 22 degrees, and Jos is much cooler at 15 degrees, Kaduna at 16 degrees, and Kano and Katsina at 14 degrees. Maiduguri is currently 17 degrees, while Sokoto records 17 degrees Celsius. So that's your weather update. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a great day ahead. So that's all we can take on the weather report for today. So with that, we move straight to the papers. We'll go straight to the Punch newspaper for today, December 9th, 2026. Okay, on the Punch, we have federal government defers 70% of 2025 capital projects to 2026. The federal government has ordered ministries, departments, and agencies to carry over 70% of their 2025 capital budget into the 2026 fiscal year as the administration moves to prioritize the completion of existing projects and contain spending pressures in the face of weak revenues. This directive is contained in the 2026 Abridged Budget Core Circular issued by the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning and circulated to all ministries, service chiefs, heads of agencies, and top government officials in Abuja. The circular, which was seen on Monday, stated that the annual budget estimate must follow strict guidelines and that all officers responsible for budget preparations were expected to comply fully. The circular made clear that the preparations for the 2026 budget will not allow the introduction of new capital projects. It stated that ministries and agencies must continue with the allocations already approved in the 2025 budget rather than seeking fresh projects. The document said MDAs are required to upload 70% of the 2025 budget to continue next year. That must be done in line with national priorities. So this is the circular from the federal government to the MDAs. That rather than create new budgets for 2026, the 2025 budgets, the capital projects, should be moved to 2026 so that there will be no vacuum, because some of the projects may have been started or money released or discussions held. So rather than starting all over again and maybe some projects that have already been in the process of being done will be abandoned for new ones. So what's your take on this?
I think that's a good move. It shows how prudent this government is or is trying to become. You don't keep spending unnecessarily when there's a way you can cut down costs. What is the essence of starting another project? Because that has been the tradition in so many years now in Nigeria. Why start new projects when the ones you already have not been completed? So I think it is wisdom to say we're not going to start any new capital projects until we are done with the ones we have. And I think that will go a long way to save money, to save costs for Nigeria as a nation. I think it is wisdom, and I think it is a step in the right direction.
Okay, the government also acknowledged that inflation is affecting cost, but said government is constrained by revenue challenges. Telling that the government will sustain the effort to achieve full release of the overhead budget, but one that proposals that gone beyond approved ceilings will be adjusted downwards. So according to the circular, MDAs are required to work within and not exceed their 2025 overhead ceilings for purpose of preparing their 2026 overhead budget submissions. I think if you ask me, the government maybe in 2024, 2025 did not handle the projects, the budget the way it is. It could be due to revenue constraints and also some maybe bureaucracy and maybe some lapses on their own part. But if you ask me, this is just a way of correcting it, because I don't see the point of bringing up a new budget when the last year budget has nothing has been done about it. So it is just for us to continue from where we are, carry over whatever I wanted to do in 2025 that is not done, carry it over to 2026, and then even the overhead, ensure it aligns with what you had for last year. And with that, with more accountability and or more probity, I think this will balance up our revenue for some time.
I think before we came to the studio, I listened to somebody mentioning that this could be some sign of corruption for budgets not to be implemented up to the tune of 70%, could be a sign that it is corrupt practices. So he's looking at it from the perspective where if this is condoned, then what is the assurance that we will have those 70% that is being carried over to 2026, being implemented in 2026? Since there is no any punitive measure to see why is it that this MDA or these agencies have not implemented this budget, that up to 70% of the unimplemented part is being carried over.
But was money released for it? If there's a revenue problem, we all know we have a revenue problem. So if like Ginamne Bridge, it's from last year, from the best of our knowledge, it has not been done. Should we now say that we should leave it and move to another project? To me, the error has been made. It is when you find out that money has been released and it has not been done. That is when we will. But for now, there's no point following, we like to every year, new budget. We've been doing this for years. We abandon old projects and we start new ones because that budget has ended. And sometimes, even in the past, they will share the budget, what they consider excess, as 13 months for civil servants because the year has ended and they've not spent their budget. And those money are meant for other things. But they spend it, they share it as 13 months for civil servants, and we go on to a new year with another this thing, and whatever was not done last year. The government has failed in its implementation, but I think this is a better way of reversing it than a new budget.
Of course, it is like that. The only concern could be that you are not sure whether the same narrative will not play out. If there is this assurance that we're going to learn from the mistakes of 2025 and we're not going to take it into 2026, then it's a good thing and it's going to be a good story for Nigeria.
And I believe with the new tax regime, more revenue should come into the federal government. So this year, we should be have more revenue inflow coming in. Because last year, if you ask me, most of the NDAs met their revenue target. But the revenue target was not enough. By September, most have met their revenue target, but the revenue target was not enough to cover the expenses, to cover the budget. So it's still going to happen. You may have a revenue intake of 1 billion, and if your problem is 3 billion, you will say you met your revenue target, but your expenditure target was not met. So I believe with the new tax system, we should be able to capture more people into the tax net and bring in more resources. The pipelines of waste in the past, I think, should be blocked with some of these reforms if it is properly followed. And this will help ensure that the projects that are meant to be done last year are done this year, so that next year we can have a proper budget without any overlaps.
Let's look forward to that.
With this, we'll move to the Vanguard, where it says Tinubu seized Benin Republic airspace legally. That is according to a Senate source. President Bola Tinubu requires at least 14 days to consult the Senate for approval in the event of troop deployment for combat operation in another country. A Senate source who disclosed this to Vanguard yesterday spoke against the backdrop of claims in some quarters that the president needs to seek the Senate approval 24 hours before or after deployment of troops. This came as two high-ranking Beninese army officials yesterday regained freedom, having been taken hostage by those behind the coup. And this is even as the presidency described Nigeria's response to the attempted coup as a demonstration of President Bola Tinubu's leadership in promoting peace and constitutional order across West Africa. Our opposition, African Democratic Congress, ADC, took a swap at the federal government over its rapid intervention, saying the speed of action only applied how slowly the Nigeria respond to the insecurity tormenting communities across Nigeria. However, the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibril, hailed the President for the prompt action he took in intervening in the Benin Republic coup. It will be recalled that soldiers operating under the Military Committee for Refoundation, led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri, briefly seized the state television station in Cotonou on Sunday, announcing the overthrow of President Talon's administration, but the coup was thwarted by intervention of fighter jets and troops deployed in the neighboring country by President Tinubu. Explaining circumstances that informed Tinubu's intervention in the Benin coup, the source quoted Section 5, Subsection 5 of Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, which deals with the president's power to deploy armed forces outside Nigeria for limited combat duty due to imminent national security threat, requiring the Senate consent within 40 days of actual combat, with the Senate having 7 days to approve or deny, ensuring executive power balance with legislative oversight. According to the source, who pleaded anonymity, the Constitution emphasized the president in consultation with the National Defense Council can act but must quickly inform the Senate for ratification, highlighting checks and balance on military deployment. So I think this takes us back to the question of, even though the president needs Senate ratification, he can act, then go to the Senate to ask for ratification and 40 days. If they disapprove, then he may need, because sometimes you can't wait for 7 days or 14 days for if it has to do with national security. So I think it's from this angle that this explanation is coming from.
Yes, looking at it from the position of ADC that try to say if the presidency can respond to threats like that, emanating from Benin Republic, it should have responded better to other threats within the nation. Well, I disagree with the ADC, considering that this too is another threat. You don't say President Tinubu shouldn't have gone to Benin Republic because he has not gone to Zamfara or to Kebbi or other places like that. I think they are all security issues, and maybe next time, should in case anything happened within the shores of Nigeria, he may take the same action. And it could be that actions have been expedited in Kebbi and other places like that are not announced the way this one has been announced, because this one is politically sensitive. It's
international.
So there may be interventions of the military in other security challenges that may not be in the public domain the way this one is.
Yes, well, ADC is playing its role as the opposition. But if you ask me, these are two different things. We should learn to analyze issues differently. I'm just wondering what will be their take if Nigeria is facing similar situation. Then if Benin Republic, who also have issue of insurgency, now decides to say since they've not quashed the insurgency, they should leave us to rot in our problem. Things are not done like that. But this is also a call on the government to ensure that they expedite action on local matters too. But to me, it's opposition politics. They must learn how to play it. They must put the government on their toes. But these are two different issues, if you ask me. So with this, we go to the Tribune. The Tribune says, miners tackle. Let me take other stories on the Tribune before we go to the major headline. 2.4 billion euro bond. All received remittance drive. Nigeria 7.5 billion reserve surge, according to research. Then court bars AMCON. Appointed lawyer from representative GHL over disobedience of court order. Then Turakile PDP governors orders hold marathon meeting and made convention plans by Wiki camp. Rev squeezed NERC over 109 moribund licenses. Accused discourse of unethical practices. Tinubu in separate meeting with Fubara, 7 APC governors. ICPC Works Ministry begins nationwide audit of 760 road projects. Denk vaccine gains first major approval, that is on the health section. Then government mother pastor's wife raise houses, vehicles in Anambra Church, kill 4 in another community. The NSA hands over 100 rescued pupils to Nigeria government. U.S. Congressman Moore says security talks with Nigeria productive. Then, before we go to the major story, let's see government mother pastor's wife raise house, vehicles in Anambra. Do you know that we have stories like this in other parts of the country, but they don't make the major news?
It's true. I don't know the rationale for some news reportage. There are instances where you see more gruesome criminality going on in some places, and you will hardly see them on the covers of the newspaper. But some that can be, though evil is evil. You can't, I don't know whether there is a parameter you can measure and say this one is worse. No. So, but at times I think some parts of Nigeria or some stories are not being fairly covered. I think so.
There's this asymmetry of outrage in the way things are being done in this country. We tend to have different views of insecurity from different parts, and I think that's one of our major problems. So it makes us not to see what exactly we're going through. But with that, let's go to miners tackle Northern governors reject call for ban on mining. The Miners Association of Nigeria has strongly opposed the proposal by Northern governors and elders seeking a ban on mining activities as a response to escalating security in the region. In a detailed statement jointly signed by the National President Dele Ayonleke and the National Secretary Suleiman Liman, the association said it was compelled to lend its voice to what it described as a dangerous recommendation that will hurt legitimate businesses, worsen unemployment, and embolden criminal networks. The association acknowledged the insecurity rate in many parts of the country, but insisted the proposed ban was misguided. While the association recognized the dire security situation in our country and prayed for a permanent solution to the present ugly development that prompted this call, it is imperative to critically scrutinize these recommendations In the face of antecedents and in the nation's economic interest, the statement read. It argued that insecurity cuts across every sector and is worsened by the remoteness of rural communities, not by legitimate mining. Insecurity is a national malice that cuts across all sectors. Well, it is two things we're talking about here, economy and security. They are looking at the economic, negative economic impact of banning mining, and the northern governors are looking at the insecurity created by illegal mining. So how do we balance these issues?
Yes, I think they should tackle the aspect of the illegal mining so that those who are mining legally should not fall victim of what they don't know. These are people that are doing their business according to the paradigms of the law. So I don't think they should be victimized. Government should just widen its nets, should widen its zone, what's it called, scope, and see to it that those who are doing the illegal mining that criminals exploit to boost their evil perpetration is being curtailed, so that those who are into legal mining should be encouraged, and that will bring more money to the coffers of the states in the north. I think to say they are going to place a ban on it completely will not augur well for the north and every state in the north that has some of these minerals.
Don't you think the state governors have more information for them to come to this conclusion that mining should be banned, because should be temporarily banned? Because if you look at it, is the economic value of the legitimate mining, does it cover up for the massive insecurity? It should be a temporary one. If it's a solution and if it's not an exploitation, I think the miners should be able, for the sake of national peace and for sacrifice, have a discussion. Because we keep saying insecurity due to mining, both we are legal, we can't even differentiate. And it seems if something is not done, an emergency is not placed on these activities, because at the end of the day, what is the economic value of the mining if all the communities around mining areas are no longer in existence? Because that is what we see.
Okay, is it because our security architecture is overstretched?
It is. It is.
Because I've seen other places where mineral resources are being explored, and insecurity too has been in those, for instance, Niger Delta, and it has not been stopped like that. I think there is a way we can go around it. We don't have to place a ban completely. If we can say, let's beef up security so that we don't lose whatever it is we're getting from the legal miners that comes into the coffers of the state. I think so. If the state governors are saying that we're incapable of that because of one reason or the other, that they may not want to put on the public domain, then it's fine. But I think there's a way the United States governors should come around and say, okay, we can get around this. Let's beef up security. Let's see how we can secure these places for those who are doing it legally. That is what I think.
Okay, well, let's see how it works out. But to me, whatever it is that will bring peace, it should be placed over any economic gains that will be made. Because right now, as it is, I don't think the cost of even buying weapons for our military officials is up to what has been legally coming into the coffers of the government for mining. So these are some of the issues. And it seems also mining is also on the exclusive list. So even the income may be going to the federal government. So the state, they bear the brunt of this, while the federal government takes this. And the security architecture is really in the hands of the federal government. So maybe this ban will push the federal government to do more and protect communities, because a lot of communities around there, and it's not as if they make anything much from that. They just get stipends, and they are not the ones really actually making any economic gain from this. And we've also seen, even in other countries in South Africa, that mining has led to a lot of insecurity. There was a time that even some illegal mines had some people under, and the police kept them for some. So mining is something that's always attached to it, some form of insecurity. Look at Congo. So these are things that we really need to look into. So with this, let's go to Daily Trust. Daily Trust this morning, as the story says, okay, let's look at the genocide. U.S. lawmakers visit Benue. Joint troops kill bandits, rescue victims in Sokoto. 70 agencies score 0 inefficiency rating, according to a report. EFCC civil residents. Court declines Nnamdi Kanu's request for prison transfer. This is taken from Daily Trust newspaper. Then we have Awaldi in the bush rescued Ninja students. Then the major story here says 7 women protesters killed in Adamawa. This is a very sad one. We have 7 women died while 11 others were injured yesterday during a protest in Lamurde local government area of Adamawa State. Daily Trust gathered that the women were protesting what they termed delayed response by the military to calm tensions between Bachama and Chobo communities of the local government area when the incidents occurred. The women who were seen holding leaves blocked the movement of troops in the area, accusing security agencies of delayed responses and biased interventions in favor of the Chobo community. However, during the confrontation, sources said the military allegedly fired shots into the crowd and 4 of the women died on the spot, while 3 others died in the hospital. It was further learned that 11 others who were injured are currently receiving treatment. They came out peacefully carrying leaves, begging for security. Instead, they were met with live gunfire. The wounded were rushed to Numan General Hospital, where medical officers say some remain in critical condition. District head of Gewana, a community in Lamude, Chief Agosu Bameyi, said, meanwhile, Adamawa State Governor Amadou Fintri has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Lamude local government area following the incident. This is quite a sad one. Why should the military fire live bullets into protesters?
Well, I think they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. But I don't know why the women too should prevent the military from passage.
Whatever the case is, you don't shoot live bullets if you are really trained.
They are not supposed to shoot live bullets. We don't know actually. Well, we're waiting for the military to come out and issue a statement concerning this, because this is actually a gross misconduct and a breach on the fundamental human rights. At least they are doing a peaceful protest. They were not wielding any arms. They were holding leaves.
And they are women.
And they are women. The fact that they are women or not, they are not wielding any arms, and they are holding leaves that you can see from a distance that these people are peaceful.
The military can always retreat and look for another route.
Of course, or they should just come and negotiate. You understand? There's a way that if they have come without any arms, the commander will approach the women, speak with them, or the traditional rulers. You understand? There's a way they will have pacified.
And you know, if you look at the traditional ruler of what's his name?
Gewana.
Of Gewana, Chief Agosu Bameyi, Dr. Agosu Bameyi, is someone that we know in this. Is a very, very responsible leader, and I believe he's someone that will be, if they have spoken to him, is reasonable enough to intervene in this matter.
I agree with you. So I think the military should come out and apologize, or maybe issue a statement as to why this has happened. It is actually a very grievous situation.
Well, I begin to wonder. Look at Karim Lamido, between Chomo, Karim Joe on one angle, Urkun on the other, having communal clashes. Look at, they also say Chobo and Pachama. Why do we keep having these communal clashes?
Well, I think the last time we interacted with Chief Agosu, he mentioned that it was things that has to do with land and other things like that. It was supposed to be disagreement between 2 people who have related and have been together over the years. But some youths, because of restiveness and other factors like that, made it degenerated to the level that it is now. I think peace is indispensable. Whatever it is you have not gotten through peaceful coexistence, violence will not give it to you. That is what I believe. Whatever it is that they are fighting over and killing themselves should be discussed on the round table, and I think that is more productive. And shifting grounds.
Yeah.
Shifting grounds has been one of the things that people always ignore when they come to discuss issues. When you come with the mind that you're not going to shift ground, after all, you shouldn't have come in the first place.
Yes.
And shifting, not to shift ground, is as good as wielding arms. because it is definitely going that way. So the best thing to do when you come for this kind of negotiation, you should understand that there is a need for each of the parties to shift ground so that peace will reign.
Well, that is very, very instructive. You must learn to compromise, reach a compromise, shift ground so that peace will reign. So we call on the people of Lamurde and Chobo to remember that they are brothers. They should be the brothers keeper and they should live peacefully with each other. I know most of this issue of land comes with the fact that, in the past it's just raining season. If you look at most of the lands that they have issues over, most of the time it is land that is now being used for dry season farming. That in the past was not valued as anything, but more people are farming, more people are into dry season farming, like the issue of the Kanilamido. Some reports I got said that the lands they fight over, lands that in the past nobody cared about, but now because of dry season farming, more people are coming, so people are beginning to hide for space and
other things like that. Well, just like you will understand, some of these things are economic factors that have been in the books over the years.
Yes.
But how come some more civilized societies, I don't know whether we should describe those people as civilized because they're able to...
Anybody that is able to conduct himself in a civilized manner is a civilized person.
How come in Europe and other things like that, despite the fact that their population too has grown and they don't still experience some of these things we experience, we should be able to get around some of these things. Let's look at it from the perspective where we can always have what we want when we come to the negotiation table and discussing it in such a way that grounds have been shifted. Two people can come and cultivate the same land, or maybe they should apportion it in such a way that everyone should have the piece of land that is sufficient for him to feed his family. We have vast land.
The problem is, if you say we should share the land, who will take the land closer to the city, to the road, and who will take the one where there's no road? But in those places, they have access roads. People have money to buy tractors, even small aircraft, so that will take them to the farm. The place is secure. They can live in the farm there. They get their electricity. They get their power. They get everything. So these are the things that will make anybody to decide to go into a forest to stay there. And with insecurity, nobody wants to go far into the bush any longer. So these are the factors that leads to this. And if we don't look at those things holistically, we will just keep having these issues. With this, let's go to another story on the Whistler. The Whistler newspaper has this story there which says, okay, let me check for the Whistler. There's a story here that interests me. Okay, FG bans cash transaction in all MDAs from January 1. Federal government has announced a sweeping new directive banning the use of physical cash received for all revenue-related transactions in ministries, departments, and agencies effective January 1. The moves forms plans of a broader digital overhaul of Nigerian public finance architecture following the issuance of 4 major treasury circulars by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Signed under the authority of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, the circular introduced strict cashless collection procedures, a new mandatory electronic receipt system, and the full deployment of federal government's revenue optimization platform. These new rules are designed to eliminate leakages, enhance transparency, and modernize the nation's revenue administration framework. According to the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, the ban on physical cash received is a decisive step towards ending decades of manual payment practices that have enabled fraud, opaque deduction, and poor audit trails across many MDAs. I totally agree with this. I don't see any reason why in the where we have a government that have cashless policies, you still be using cash to pay for in ministry. It's a recipe for good recipe for corruption.
I was just laughing because I remember when snakes swallowed money. I don't if the transaction was done on POS, the snake wouldn't have.
Although the person who said snake swallowed money later said when she went to court, she changed her story. She said someone that she had a dream that spiritually a snake swallowed the money, but in the court she denied it. That the cashier denied. She said no. What she found out was someone was coming to steal the money from. Later she now said she gave the money to the director. So it is just a sensational way to distract investigation. Yeah. But if it was in cash, there's no way that money will have gotten away. If you use Remitter, if you use Remitter, I don't think there's a way. Remitter, it is exactly what you are meant to pay. It generates a receipt. You make your payment through check in the bank, in any financial institution, and the money goes straight to the accounts of the federal government. So I wonder why we should still be, even the state government, I don't see any reason, local government, because we go to our villages and we see people do transactions with POS. We transfer money, they do this, they do that. So why can't local governments, state governments, why can't they run? If not because there's something, it is enabling force. It is enabling force. That is why people don't want to change.
So, they said from January 1st, 2026, all federal payments will begin to carry one official digital receipt, Treasury e-receipts, so government can monitor every kobo. So we look forward to more development. We look forward to more constructions. Namne Bridge should be able to be finished within the first quarter of next year, I believe. Then Ibi Bridge, then Noman Jalingo Road, and so many other federal roads.
That is, if we don't sit down in Taraba and be discussing irrelevant things, why people all over the world, all over the country are agitating. They are agitating. But we,
assembly members,
even we, the citizens,
of course,
because it's out of us. It is the habit we've created out of us. That is what they take there. We just sit down, discuss irrelevant. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not really impressed with the way we based on something that happened in just 2-3 days that I've investigated a matter. The apathy to serious issues is alarming in this part of the country, and it is the reason why there's this apathy in even our government officials.
See, everybody's business. It's not the right expression for this. Yeah.
So, well, it's everybody's business, nobody's business. When something like that happens, you say it's everybody's business. But when you take it as your business,
and see to it that it is my responsibility to see to it that this is the right thing is done, then you'll see that so many good things is going to happen.
Well, thank you very much. I think this is where we draw the curtains on this morning's edition of the newspaper review on the morning show. We go for a short break. When we come back, the morning show continues.
Want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861. Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB?
Ya enen ummatore jiha Taraba, Allah fesiran e riskuji kaaje zinari ha jiha Taraba e ma nokkuje jamatirle fere to seyni non may don yide e gannudi fere ha yake wasoki man den burna fu ummatore do wasa gasde loggude masin don julkitanen yake fiji nokkuje meden non man don waddanen billaji fere ha yake fiji ngendam meden yoki wasakaaje zinari don fodana bikkon medon sende hukki jangirle ha yake ngendam mabbe non man ɗon waɗe ngam silanki keɓal jawngal ha ngendam ɓi adama to mettuɗum nder majum ni waɗuki non man hokkan keɓal seni wattan magal ɗon sawi e gannude e ma torraji wasmirro feere feere ko handani en kam en naftoro be diɗaɗi e ma wasuki kaƴe zinari herno handi ngam wattam ngendam meɗen e ma labbaje meɗen hawtade be gure meɗen nden non man wallitan keron ha ɓamtuki saman fiji risku meɗen wo'itinki jangirle meɗen e ma ɓamtuki saman galluje e labbaje ngam man wodi bote en anda wasuki kaƴe zinari nano handi ɗon foɗana en feccaki leddi e ma bayli ɗum soyde jahol yeeso lesdi non man haɗa en ndiyam jareteɗam boɗɗam e wadda bonabonalu saka ummatore to haaɗiɗo tokkitanama en bonniyake ngendam meɗen no wattam meɗen janggo latoto ya enen ɓiɓɓe jiha Taraba ngam man latani en dole en paddoyake fiji risku meɗen e ma jiha meɗen fu no foti en daro en gokka faddode faaki gese meɗen mayeji meɗen pattule meɗen e ma lesdi meɗen fu no foti ɗo ɗum andinore on iga ko manda hukuma hakkilanta fiji wasuki kaƴe zinari SP Emmanuel Jamu.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
TV. Keep watching Some TV.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses. Just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Fit fund my wallet sharp. Send money go any bank. Do all my transactions inside. We launched Supergo yesterday in Yola. Now available in Taraba and Adamawa, and we're covering 36 states before 2026. Download Supergo today, Nigeria's first lifestyle app.
Supergo, move, buy, pay, live.
I fit fund my wallet sharp. Send money go any bank. Do all my transactions inside. We launched Supergo yesterday in Yola. Now available in Taraba and Adamawa, and we're covering 36 states before 2026. Download Supergo today, Nigeria's first lifestyle app.
Supergo, move, buy, pay, live.
I fit fund my
beauty of Nigeria lies in the people, and the strength of the people lies in freedom and equality under the law.
Your rights and my rights are the foundation of a better Nigeria. When we stand for justice, we rise as a nation.
Human rights are non-negotiable. They are the birthright of every man, woman, child, no matter where you are or where you come from.
A true Nigeria is one where every voice is heard, every life is valued, and no one is left behind in the pursuit of justice.
Okay, freedom, justice, and dignity for all Nigerians, no matter your tribe, your religion, or your status, you are right accepted.
To mark this year's International Human Rights Day, PDP Paras and Associates will take up 20 human rights cases for free. If you or someone you know needs help, this is your moment. To take advantage of this opportunity, on the 10th day of December 2025, visit our office in Abuja or Jalingo, or you can send us a message on our website via www.pdparasandassociates.com. Your rights are your everyday essentials.
The beauty of Nigeria lies in the people, and the strength of the people lies in freedom and equality under the law.
Your rights and my rights are the foundation of a better Nigeria. When we stand for justice, we rise as a nation.
Human rights are non-negotiable. They are the birthright of every man, woman, child, no matter where you are or where you come from.
A true Nigeria is one where every voice is heard, every life is valued, and no one is left behind in the pursuit of justice.
Okay, freedom, justice, and dignity for all Nigerians, no matter your tribe, your religion, or your status, you are right accepted.
To mark this year's International Human Rights Day, PDP Paras and Associates will take up 20 human rights cases for free. If you or someone you know needs help, this is your moment. To take advantage of this opportunity, on the 10th day of December 2025, visit our office in Abuja or Jalingo, or you can send us a message on our website via www.pdparasandassociates.com. Your rights are your everyday essentials.
The beauty of Nigeria lies in the people, and the strength of the people lies in freedom and equality under the law.
Your rights and my rights are the foundation of a better Nigeria. When we stand for justice, we rise as a nation.
Human rights are non-negotiable. They are the birthright of every man, woman, child, no matter where you are or where you come from.
A true Nigeria is one where every voice is heard, every life is valued, and no one is left behind in the pursuit of justice.
Okay, freedom, justice, and dignity for all Nigerians, no matter your tribe, your religion, or your status, you are right accepted.
To mark this year's International Human Rights Day, PDP Paras and Associates will take up 20 human rights cases for free. If you or someone you know needs help, this is your moment. To take advantage of this opportunity, on the 10th day of December 2025, visit our office in Abuja or Jalingo, or you can send us a message on our website via www.pdparasandassociates.com. Your rights are your everyday essentials.
The beauty of Nigeria lies in the people, and the strength of the people lies in freedom and equality under the law.
Your rights and my rights are the foundation of a better Nigeria. When we stand for justice, we rise as a nation.
Human rights are non-negotiable. They are the birthright of every man, woman, child, no matter where you are or where you come from.
A true Nigeria is one where every voice is heard, every life is valued, and no one is left behind in the pursuit of justice.
Okay, freedom, justice, and dignity for all Nigerians, no matter your tribe, your religion, or your status, you are right accepted.
To mark this year's International Human Rights Day, PDP Paras and Associates will take up 20 human rights cases for free. If you or someone you know needs help, this is your moment. To take advantage of this opportunity, on the 10th day of December 2025, visit our office in Abuja or Jalingo, or you can send us a message on our website via www.pdparasandassociates.com. Your rights are your everyday essentials.
The beauty of Nigeria lies in the people.
Africa a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Some TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Some TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Some TV, cause of the nation.
Welcome back. Today, the world marks International Human Rights Day. A day set aside to remind us that rights are not privileges, but entitlements that belongs to every human being. Here on the Some TV Morning Show, we're focusing on the theme, human rights, our everyday essentials, and examining how this issue, we examine how these rights affect our daily lives. And joining us in this important conversation is respected legal practitioner and human rights advocate, Barrister Pius Damba Pius, popularly known as PD Pius. Good morning, Barrister PD Pius. Oh, I think we lost his call there. We have to take it back. So while we wait for him, while we take back the call, we have to know that it's an important conversation, and it's a conversation that is meant to shed more light on the human rights activities in Nigeria. And who can shed more light on this than the young and vibrant human rights activist, Barrister PD Pius. So shortly, he'll be joining us shortly on the call. But before he joins us, let us look at the Taraba News paper to see what we have on the cover page of Taraba News paper. Please, do you have Taraba News on you today?
Not yet.
I think I'm having some technical issues right here. Okay, well, we will soon join Barrister PD Pius. He'll be joining us shortly on that. But on the Taraba News, please, if you have it, you can go ahead and share with us what's on the cover page.
Yes, on the cover page of the Taraba newspaper, we have why EPC restores power in Jalingo after 7-day blackouts. You can find that story on page 4 of the Taraba newspaper. Then another story that is on the cover page of the Taraba newspaper is General T.Y. Danjuma at 88, the general, the businessman, and the philanthropist. You can find that story.
Okay. Good morning, Barrister PD Pius.
Yeah, good morning. How are you today?
Fine. And how is the weather there in Abuja? I heard Abuja is around 16, 17 degrees this morning.
Yes, Abuja is cool.
It's wonderful hearing your voice again today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, Barrister, without wasting much of your time, because I know today is going to be a very busy day for you. This year's theme is human rights, our everyday is essential. What does this theme mean in practical terms for the average Nigerian?
Okay, yes. Every 10th of December is dedicated for the celebration of the International Human Rights Day. That means tomorrow will be the celebration of Human Rights Day all over the world, declared by the United Nations organization. So basically, human rights are the rights that all individuals are entitled to have by merely born as human beings. So once you're a human being, there are certain fundamental rights that are agreeable to you that you are supposed to enjoy. For instance, you have right to life, you have right to personal liberty, you have right to freedom of movement, you have right to freedom of expression, and so on and so forth. So these are rights that the Constitution of Nigeria have guaranteed to you, and then you also have them by virtue of just being human, so that even the Constitution cannot take it away from you. So wherever you work or in wherever sector you belong to, the organization, the government, and the authorities are supposed to respect your fundamental rights. And this day is dedicated so that Nigerians or people all over the world can be educated about their fundamental rights, and then they will get to because if you don't know your rights, you will find it difficult to actually enjoy it or defend it, because when a purpose is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. So it's important for people to know their fundamental right, and that's why we as a law firm, we are taking the whole of tomorrow, which is the International Human Rights Day, to educate Nigerians about their rights. You can always walk into the office and ask your questions, or if you have any case that relates to fundamental rights, we will be taking cases of fundamental right pro bono to handle for various individuals.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this is a very wonderful opportunity to ask two questions that we once discussed on this platform. Someone, a viewer, shared a question with us, and he say, "Are human rights luxuries or daily necessities? Then, where does duty and right stand? You know, you have does duty come before right, or right come before duty, or they come together? So, how do you explain this to us?"
Okay, now rights go hand in hand with duty, because as much as you have your fundamental right, you also have a duty to respect the boundaries limited under the law. Say, for instance, your freedom of movement does not mean that you can move into another man's property without his permission, because he also has the right to own and enjoy exclusive possession of his property. The same thing with right to freedom of expression, for instance. While you have the freedom to express yourself and say anything or hold any opinion you want, the duty or the limitation is that you are not to use that right in the abusing another person or insulting another person or bringing down the reputation of another person while enjoying your fundamental rights. So the question of rights goes hand in hand with duty. You cannot take one away from the other, because that is what makes us to live in a responsible society. And even the Constitution imposes on us certain obligations that we must respect the law of the land, we must respect the right of the other person while enjoying our fundamental rights. So you cannot detach duties from the enjoyment of your fundamental rights.
Okay, we're going to be taking questions, maybe written questions from our viewers. But before then, I would like you to look at the theme. Tell us the where, how, and when, and how you're going to go about this as a law firm, and how is the World International Human Rights Day is going to celebrate this day, maybe for people to know what exactly is going to be done today and tomorrow.
Okay, now with respect to the theme of this year's International Human Rights Day, you can see that human rights are essential for our everyday life. There is no way an individual can live happily and enjoy or live to fulfill himself without having the courtesy of fundamental rights. Take, for instance, your right to life. It's crucial, it's important, because once it is taken away from you, then that means that's the end of you. And the essentials that goes with the right to life is that you are, because there are basic necessities that goes with that. For instance, food is an essential aspect of right to life. So human beings or Nigerians are supposed to enjoy that. Shelter is an essential aspect of right to life. So with the housing deficit in Nigeria and all of that, you can say that people are not fully enjoying their fundamental rights as it ought to be. When you look at clothing, is an essential aspect of right to life, because when you are not clothed, these are basics that you need for you to survive and enjoy yourself. And then of course your health is an essential, is a necessity. So you see the way the country is such that many people do not have access to primary health care or quality health care treatment. These are all things that go to affect the quality of the right to life that people are supposed to enjoy. So we need to educate people so that they can begin to demand for these basics, because some things there are essentials that people must have for them to be able to enjoy their fundamental right. Even education is part of the fundamental rights that have been accorded to an individual all over the world. And that is why you see that in some advanced countries, education is free and compulsory, because you need it. You need the human to be properly educated for him to realize his full potential and be able to live well and contribute meaningfully to the growth and development of the society. So we will be using this Human Rights Day to call on authorities, to call on individuals, captains of industries, and persons and stakeholders generally to assist with the education of human rights and the provision of the necessities of life, so that individuals can live up to their full potentials.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister, for that. So I would like to ask a question here. From your vast experience as a human rights activist, what are the most violated human rights in Nigeria today? What rights are most violated across gender, age, religion, and ethnicity?
Well, you see, in Nigeria, we have several cases of fundamental right violations, and we cannot categorize one and say that this is the most, but we see violation of human rights in virtually all aspects or all areas. Top in the list are things like unlawful detention. When you unlawful arrest and detention, that is mostly committed by the security agencies. You see that innocent people are being arrested for no reason. They are being detained. They are kept awaiting trial for several months, some for years, without, because the law presumes everyone to be innocent until proven guilty. So you are not to be presumed guilty. The presumption is that you are innocent. It is whenever you've been convicted that the consequence of law begins to apply to you. So while they are still trying to get you convicted, you have to enjoy all the rights and privileges as every other Nigerian. But you see, what we see in practice is entirely different. So there is need for our government and the relevant security agencies and authorities to wake up to this responsibility by ensuring that the rights of individuals are respected and protected. This is just an instance, and there are several other cases of abuse of human rights. We see the way children's rights are being abused these days by parents or in workplaces, or there is virtually no day you go on social media you will not see one case of a child abuse or the other, or compulsory labor that is being forced on a child and all of that. These are all cases of abuse of fundamental rights. In terms of the government itself, we have earlier mentioned that there is housing deficit in Nigeria. Of course, the provision of shelter is key for the survival of people, and even basic as food. People find it difficult to afford to get food to eat. So these are all things that shows there is a rise in violation of human rights in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister. Now, I would like to ask this question. Can we talk about Ntari? And what is the situation of the young man now? And how can citizens safely seek justice without endangering themselves?
Sorry, I didn't get the last question.
I say, can we talk about Ntari, the young man that have been...
Okay, yes. Now, this young man has been in detention, just like I was saying. He has been in detention for well over 5 years now without trial. And it's so unfortunate that all the authorities have folded their hands and nothing is being done. We have been speaking, we've been engaging and trying to ensure that he is brought to court to face whatever charges that is laid against him, but the authorities have been reluctant. And these are the kind of things that show clearly that there is a gross violation of human rights in Nigeria. If an individual is accused of committing any offense, the law is that you take him before the court within 24 hours and they establish whatever allegations you have against the person. But to keep him perpetually in detention without trial is unjust, is unconstitutional, and a grave violation of his fundamental right. And so we are calling on relevant authorities, individuals, and men of goodwill to step into the matter and speak and appeal to the government, because when the violation of human rights is being done by the state authority, an individual finds it difficult to compel the state to act, because in most cases it is the state authorities that you are supposed to use in terms of protection of your fund. For instance, if your right is being violated by another individual also, you will have gone to court and getting an order for the court to comply. But where the order is not complied by the government itself, then an individual finds it very, very difficult, and it portrays Nigeria in a very bad light in the Committee of Nations as a country that is not respecting the fundamental rights of its citizens. So it's imperative for the government to look critically into this matter with the view to finding a way of complying with the orders of court with respect to the detention of this entire Hassan Al-Ladi, and also see to it that the fundamental right of Nigerians generally, especially those who have been in detention for long periods of time without trial, that they are quickly brought to court and their cases decided within record time.
Okay, thank you very much. Your firm also plans to undo 20 human rights cases pro bono. What kind of cases qualify and how can people apply?
So if you have a case of a fundamental right, or you want to take benefit of the pro bono cases we'll be taking from tomorrow, you can come to our office at Dinyavo, or you send us a message via WhatsApp on the phone number 08038944639. I take the number again, 08038944639. You can also check our flyers on social media so that you can get a proper direction to get to the office, so that you report your case of the abuse of fundamental rights in any form, in anywhere. We'll be ready to take it up.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to draw your attention to a case that just broke yesterday of NDA cadet that goes missing for 7 months at the NDA facility. What can you advise that can be done by the parents of this young man? He just went missing from the facility and he hasn't been seen since April of this year.
Well, that is a case that the authority are supposed to account for him, because if he is under their custody, or if he is with them and he goes missing, then they definitely owe the family an explanation. You know, at this moment, it may be too early to conclude that something bad has happened to him, but the army owe the family an explanation. The family can write to the army authorities demanding an explanation. Let them clearly state what happened, where is he, and demand to know his present condition. Where the army is unable to account, then of course the family can take up legal action against the army for the missing of their child.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister. Now, you know, the world, and even Nigeria is a country filled with youth. What roles should young Nigerians play in defending human rights? What roles do the young people need to play in defending human rights?
The young people are the active ones who are the strength of the nation. You know, so it is when you are young that you have the energy and the power to carry out advocacy about human rights, to defend human rights, to defend the weak, to defend those that are not strong. So I will call on the youth and the young people in the country to familiarize themselves with the provision of the law with respect to their fundamental rights and the rights of others, so that they will help in the fight for the protection of human rights. Because every corner you look in Nigeria, there is one form of abuse of human rights or the other, and we don't have voices that are speaking or condemning against all of this abuse of fundamental rights. So we need more activists, we need more people that will come into the human rights space and amplified voices, amplified conditions, poor living conditions, amplified the need for government to do more in the protection of fundamental rights in Nigeria. So I think the young people have a critical role to play in the fight for promotion and protection of human rights.
Thank you very much. Now, finally, Barrister, what message would you like to send to Nigerians, Tarabans on this International Human Rights Day tomorrow?
Yes, so I would like to call on Nigerians and the people of Taraba State to take human rights serious, because no human being can exist without fundamental rights. And as a matter of fact, before fundamental rights were formulated, hundreds of millions of people died and gave their lives during the World War I and World War II before the world came to the realization that there are some basic human rights that must be accepted as inherent to man all over the world. So whenever you are discussing human rights, it's important for us to bear in mind that hundreds of millions of people died so that we will enjoy this right. So we cannot take it for granted. It is not something that should be toyed with. We should take it with all seriousness. In whatever area or whatever sector we operate, there is need for us to fully appreciate and protect the fundamental rights of every citizen in every corner of the country.
Thank you very much. Last week was a very, very great week for you. You clocked 12 years in practice, and you were also appointed notary public by Chief Justice of Nigeria, and you've taken your oath on 4th December. What does this mean? We're happy about this. What does this really mean for those of us who are unlearned, who are laymen?
Well, first of all, I give glory to God for sparing my life and for all that He has done in my life and brought me this far to have clocked 12 years at the bar. I also appreciate the Chief Justice of Nigeria for finding me worthy to be appointed as a notary public. It is an appointment that comes with a responsibility to ensure that notarial services are offered to the best of my ability, and I will do my best in discharging the functions of this office. And of course, the office of the notary public in any country are those that the law has empowered them to certify documents when you want to travel abroad and there is need for your document to be certified for the foreign embassies. It is notary public that are empowered to certify such documents, and then to also administer oaths, and to also confirm the genuineness of contracts or agreements or declarations that are made within the country. So there is a whole lot that the notary public are expected to certify. In some, we are to act like the official government witnesses to all transactions in Nigeria. So it is an office that comes with a lot of responsibility, and by the grace of God, we'll be discharging that responsibility without compromise, without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Your final words.
So thank you so much, Mr. Maina. Thank you to Some TV. You have been doing well in educating Nigerians, and I appreciate you for this opportunity. I hope to see you tomorrow in the office during our Human Rights celebration, so that we will celebrate together.
Okay, I will be there, and be sure I'm going to ask you to show me the law. Just like you are going to show me the law. So on this light note, tomorrow you will show me the law. So let me let you go so that I can go and prepare the law for me to see tomorrow when I come to your office. Thank you very much, Mr. P.D. Pius.
All right, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Well, that is Barrister P.D. Pius. And to access free legal consultations or to learn more about the activities, you can reach P.D. Pius and Associates through the official website or helpline. So they will be at their office at Dinyavo tomorrow to listen to your cases, and they're going to be taking 20 pro bono cases tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining this. And with this, let's just take our one or two stories on Taraba News, if you have the paper right there. Okay. Sorry, I think we have the story of
I think that let's just take the major story on the cover page.
Okay, let's take
news. Kenya dumps APC for PDP as concerned party members question his return.
It's really strange that he's moving against the tide of defection. Well, it's a very good one if you ask me for him, and we're definitely going to speak to him and see how we can ask him. He's moving in the opposite direction of the tide that is happening, and I think it's going to strengthen the opposition, PDP, who is now an opposition in Taraba State.
Yes, and there are this part of the report that said divided welcome within PDP. Reactions to his return are far from uniform, while party loyalists are celebrating the comeback of a political heavyweight with deep grassroots connection. A vocal group of concerned members is urging for caution. In a strongly worded rejoinder signed by Mayor Nasara, the group questioned the sincerity of Kenya's return, noting that his earlier departure from PDP had consequences for the party's unity and morale.
Well, everybody has the right to his opinion and views. There are those who may feel he abandoned them for the APC, and those that will also feel that it's good now that the PDP has been emptied by those that defected. They need more hands. So both sides need to sit together and see how they can bring out the best from this. And I think heavyweight moving to PDP is a good one for them now, but they must manage this movement properly.
Now let's see how it goes now.
It's not a story.
All right, I think we should just take this and PDP appoints Comrade Obida Bitrus as acting Taraba chairman after Bawa's defection to APC. The leadership of the People's Democratic Party has approved the appointment of Comrade Obida Bitrus as the acting chairman of the party in Taraba State following the resignation of former chairman Alhaji Abubakar Bawa, who has defected to APC. The decision was taken by a party's National Working Committee on December 2nd, 2025 in Abuja after confirming that a vacancy had been created by Bawa's exit. According to information from the National Secretariat, the ratification Comrade Obida Bitrus' nomination was carried out in accordance with Section 35, subsection 3C of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2017. which empowers the NWC to fill such leadership voids when necessary.
Well,
which of the faction now?
Well, when they get to that picture, I believe they will cross it.
I think that's all that we can take now.
Okay, well, that's all we can take on this morning's edition of the Morning Show. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for all the viewers out there. Thank you for everyone who has participated in the production. Good morning. My name is Abraham Maina Judah.